Good day, everyone. My name is Cadet Larita. We are the Group 3 presenters. We are presenting our topic, which is all about global food security. And this is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material. So learning objectives. So we have three learning objectives. First, we have understanding the components of food security. So define and explain the five components of food security: availability, access, utilization, stability, and agency, and their interconnectedness in ensuring a stable and reliable food supply. The next is evaluate the factors contributing to global food security. So assess the role of sustainable agriculture, technological advancement, global trade, equitable resources access, and climate change strategies in promoting global food security. And the last one is analyze threats to global food security. Examine the various threats including climate change, political instability, pandemics, water scarcity, and biodiversity loss, and evaluate their impacts on global food security. Good morning, everyone. My name is Cadet Larita, and today I will be explaining my topic, which is all about factors leading to global food security. So we have seven factors, and the first one is sustainable agricultural practices. So adoption of sustainable farming methods such as agroecology, conservation agriculture, and precision farming helps optimize research use, minimize environmental impact, and increase crop yield. So uh, this approach promotes a balance between productivity and ecological and sustainability in agriculture. So we have the next one, technological advancement. So agricultural technologies, including genetically modified organisms or GMO, precision agriculture, and drones, enhance productivity, reduce losses, and improve overall efficiency in the food production system. So, these innovations collectively improve productivity, reduce losses, and enhance overall efficiency in the food production system. And the next one is infrastructure development. Investment in rural infrastructure such as roads, storage facilities, and irrigation systems facilitates the transportation of agricultural products and minimize post-harvest losses. So this infrastructure development enhances overall efficiency in the agricultural supply chain by facilitating the movement of goods and ensuring better storage conditions for harvested crops. And the next one is climate resilience. Developing crops that are resilient to climate change, coupled with effective water management strategies, with helps mitigate the impact of extreme weather events on food production. This approach ensures that crops can withstand changing climate conditions, and strategic water use helps optimize agricultural output despite unpredictable weather patterns. Next is international trade and cooperation. So global trade allows countries to access a diverse range of food products, contributing to food security. By reducing dependence on local production alone, international cooperation is crucial for addressing global food challenges collectively. So global trade enables to access a diverse array of food products, reducing reliance on local production and enhancing food security. International cooperation is essential for addressing global food challenges collaboratively. Next is access to markets. So ensuring that farmers have access to markets and fair prices for their products encourages increased agricultural production and income, contributing to overall food security. So when farmers can access markets and receive fair prices, it incentivizes higher production and income. This is not only benefits farmers but also contributes to overall food security by ensuring a reliable and diverse food supply. Fair pricing is a key factor in promoting sustainable agricultural practices and economic well-being in rural communities. And the last one is government policies and investments. So supportive policies, subsidies, and investments in agriculture by government plays a vital role in promoting food security. This includes research and development extension services and social safety nets for vulnerable populations. So government support through policies, subsidies, and investments in agriculture is essential for promoting food security. This encompasses funding research and development, providing extension services, and establishing social safety nets for vulnerable populations. These measures contribute to a resilient and sustainable food system, ensuring the availability and accessibility of food for all. So that is all for my topic. Thank you.
What is food security? In order to understand how climate change and other socioeconomic factors are affecting our global food supplies, it is important to provide a definition of food security. The term refers to a situation that exists when all people, at all times, have all the necessary means to access sufficient food to meet their needs and maintain a healthy life. Access to adequate food is recognized as a basic human right. Nonetheless, 1 billion people worldwide are currently undernourished. Over 2 billion suffering from lack of essential nutrients in their food, while nearly 6 million children are scrubbed every year from disease related to malnutrition. The biggest threat to global food security: climate change and environmental stocks. The climate crisis is changing weather patterns and increasing the chances of extreme events such as hurricanes, floods, and droughts. It is also responsible for changing and polluting entire ecosystem, compromising biodiversity and destroying harvest. All these events have a huge impact on food production as they significantly limit the quality and availability and accessibility of resources and compromise the stability of food system around the world. Population increase and modern food system. By 2050, estimate predicts that the total number of people living on Earth will reach nearly 10 billion. More people on planet means more mouths to feed, and this can put strain in its resources as a modern agricultural system is already struggling to meet global needs. Disruptions in the food chain. 2% catastrophic events have heavily compromised the global food chain, sparking change in consumer demands, leading to the sudden closure of food production facilities, restricting food trade facilities, and adding financial pressure on the food system. Combined, these factors had led shortage of food supplies and increased the number of people facing hunger and malnutrition.
Five components of food security. Number 1. Availability. This refers to the consistent and adequate supply of food on a national or global level. It involves the production, distribution, and storage of food. Sufficient food must be produced to meet the needs of the population, and it should be accessible in the right quantities and the right times. Number 2. Access. Access to food involves the ability of individuals and communities to obtain sufficient and nutritious food. This component is influenced by factors such as income levels, employment opportunities, and food prices. Social and economic factors, including poverty and inequality, play a crucial role in determining access to food. Number 3. Utilization. Utilization focuses on the nutritional value of the food available and the ability of individuals to utilize that food to meet their dietary needs. It includes factors such as dietary diversity, hygiene, sanitation, and healthcare, ensuring that people have the knowledge to resources to prepare and consume nutritious meals is essential for this component. Number 4. Stability. Food security requires stability in the access to and availability of food over time. This involves addressing issues such as price volatility, climate-related challenges, and other factors that can disrupt the production and distribution of food. Stable food system contribute to predictability and resilience in the face of shocks. Number 5. Agency. Agency refers to the ability of individuals and community to make choices about the food they eat and how it is produced. Empowering people to participate in decision-making processes related to food production, distribution, and consumption is essential for achieving food security. This includes consideration of crucial preferences, gender equality, and the involvement of local communities in shaping food system. So, food security encompasses five essential components. There must be consistent and sufficient supply of food, either through local production or imports. Secondly, individuals must have economic access to obtain food, either through purchasing power or social safety nets. Proper utilization involves ensuring adequate nutrition and safe food practices. And stability is crucial, requiring resilience to shocks or disruption to maintain consistent access and availability over time.
So good day everyone. My name is Joshua C. Ramirez and I'm here to discuss the 5 components of food security. When it comes to ensuring food security, there are 5 keys to keep in mind. First is the availability, food security. Second is the access, food security. The third is utilization, food security. The fourth is stability, food security. And the last is the agency, food security. So, first is what is availability, food security. In the context of food security, it refers to the presence of a sufficient quantity of food at both the national and household levels. It's about having a adequate and stable food supply to meet the dietary needs of the population. Otherwise, factors influencing availability include agricultural productivity, storage facilities, transportation, infrastructure, and overall food production and distribution system. Ensuring a consistent and reliable supply of food and it essential to addressing these aspects of food security. So the second is what is access food security? Access in the context of food security refers to the ability of individuals and communities to obtain sufficient, safe, and nutritious food. It involves both economic and physical aspects. Economically, it means having the financial means to purchase food at affordable prices. Social and economic factors such as income levels, employment opportunities, and food prices play a crucial role in determining access. while physically it involves having the infrastructure and means to reach food sources. This includes transportations, networks, markets, and distribution system. Improving access ensures that people can obtain the food they need for a healthy and active life.
Agencies of food security. So, agency in the context of food security refers to the ability of individuals and communities to make informed choices, have control, and actively participate in decisions that affect their food and nutrition. It emphasizes how it emphasizes empowerment, autonomy, and the capability to access and utilize foods according to one's preferences, needs, cultural practices. It involves the following elements. So, number one is empowerment, providing individuals with the knowledge, resources, and skills necessary to make informed decisions about their food choices. Dietary practices and food related activities. So, number two is autonomy and choice. So, ensuring that individuals have freedom to choose what they eat, how they produce or acquire food, how they utilize it based on their preferences, cultural norms, and dietary needs. So, three is participation and decision making, involving communities in decisions related to food system, agricultural practices, policies, and programs, allowing them to actively engage and influence outcomes. Access to resource, ensuring equitable access to land, water, seeds, technology, education, markets, and other resources necessary for food production, distribution, and consumption. So, stability in stability in food security. So, it refers to the consistent and predictable access to food over time, ensuring that individuals and communities have continuous ability and access to an adequate supply of nutritious foods. It involves maintaining access to food even the face of shocks such as natural disasters, economic crises, or conflicts, without significant fluctuations or disruptions that would comprise food availability or access. It involves also various aspects. So number one is nutritional equivalency, access to diverse of food that provide the essential nutrients required for optimal health and development. So second is food security. So ensuring that food is free from contaminants, toxins, and pathogens, reducing the risk of foodborne illness. So, next is cultural capability. Respecting cultural preferences and dietary traditions, acknowledging the importance of local foods and food preparation methods. So, next is utilization in the context of food security. Refers to the ability of individuals and community to access, consume, and derive nutritional benefits from adequate and safe food. It encompasses not only having enough food but also ensuring that the food consumed is diverse and nutritious and culturally acceptable. So, utilization involves nutritional equivalency, access. It is access to a diverse range of foods that provide essential nutrients required for optimal health and development. Second is food safety, ensuring that the food is free from contaminants, toxins, and pathogens, reducing the risk of foodborne illness. So next is cultural capability. So respecting cultural preferences and dietary tradition, acknowledge acknowledging the importance of local food and food preparation methods. So, food preparation and knowledge. Having the skills, knowledge, and resources to prepare and handle in a way that retains its nutritional values.
Good day everyone, I am the Cadet Nicolas Piliana and I am Group 3 representative. So my topic is identify the factors leading to global food security and examine the state of the Philippines in terms of Philippine food security during the pandemic. So global food security relies on various factors such as agricultural productivity, distribution networks, economic and stability, access to resources, and government policies. However, during the pandemic, distribution supply chains, labor shortage, trade restrictions, and economic challenges have posed significant threats to food security worldwide. So, regarding the Philippines, the country faced challenges ensuring food security during the pandemic due to several reasons. First, supply chain disruptions. Restrictions on movement and transportation disrupted the supply chain, affecting distribution of food, especially to remote areas. Second, economic impacts. Job losses and income reduction affected people's ability to afford food, leading to food insecurity for an vulnerable population. Third, agricultural challenges. Labor shortage and restrictions hindered farming activities, impacting agricultural productivity and food production. Fourth, government response. The government implemented measures to mitigate the impacts such as providing subsidies, distributing relief goods, and supporting farmers. However, the effectiveness of these measures varied to face challenges, reaching all affected areas and population. Last, dependency on imports. The Philippines relies on imports for some foods, items, and disruptions in global supply chains affected the variability and prices of these products. The government efforts to address these challenges in terms of food security have been ongoing, focusing on improving agricultural productivity, enhancing infrastructures, and supporting small-scale farmers, and diversifying food resources to reduce dependence on the imports. That's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Dek Cadet Soringa and I'll be going to further explain the factors leading to global food security and examine the state of the Philippines in terms of food security during the pandemic. So, state of food security in the Philippines during the pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic has posed significant challenges to food security situations in the Philippines, as it has globally. So there are several factors that have influenced the state of food security in the country during this period. So first is the disruption of supply chains. Lockdowns and movement restrictions disrupted the supply chains, affected the transportation and distribution of food products, which these lead to shortages in some certain areas and contributed to price volatility. Second is labor shortages. Movement restrictions and health concerns led to labor shortages in the agricultural sector. This affected planting, harvesting, and post-harvesting activities, reducing overall agricultural productivity. Third is economic challenges. Economic downturns resulting from the pandemic impacted the people's purchasing power and ability to access food. Job losses and income reductions affected the affordability of food, particularly for the vulnerable populations. And fourth is dependency on imported goods. The Philippines relies on imported goods for a significant portion of its food supply. Disruption in international trade and logistics during the pandemic affected the availability and cost of imported food products. And fifth is government interventions. The Philippine government implemented various measures to address the food security challenges during the pandemic. These include financial assistance to farmers, initiatives to facilitate the movement of goods, and programs to ensure food access for the vulnerable population. Sixth is community initiatives. Local communities and non-governmental organizations played a crucial role in addressing food security issues. Initiatives such as community gardens, food banks, and direct assistance programs help alleviate the impact of the pandemic on vulnerable groups. And last, the seventh is climate-related challenges. The Philippines is susceptible to climate-related events such as typhoons and droughts. These events can exacerbate food security challenges, and their occurrence during the pandemic added to the complexity of the situations. So that are the factors that influenced the state of food security in the country during the pandemic period.
Factors leading to global food security and examine the state of the Philippines in the terms of security during the pandemic. So the first, COVID-19 pandemic has posed significant challenge to the food security situation in the Philippines. As it is globally, several factors have influenced the state of food security in the country during this period. The second, this disruption of supply chains. Lockdown and movement restriction disrupt the supply chains affecting the transportation and distribution of food products. This led to shortage in certain areas and contributed to price volatility. So the second, labor shortage, movement restriction and health concerns lead to labor shortage in the agricultural sector. This affected during planting, harvesting, and post-harvest activities, reducing overall agricultural productivity. So the third one is economic challenge. Economic downturns resulting from the pandemic impact people's purchasing power and ability to access food. Job losses and income reduction affected the affordability of food, particularly for vulnerable population. So the fourth one is dependency on imported goods. The Philippines relies on imported goods for a significant portion of its food supply. Disruption in international trade and logistics during the pandemic affecting the availability and cost of imported food products. So the fifth one is government interventions. The Philippine government implemented various measures to address the food security challenge during the pandemic. This included financial assistance to partners, initiative to facilitate the movement of goods, and programs to ensure the food access for vulnerable population. So the sixth is communication initiatives. Local communities and non-governmental organizations played a crucial role in addressing food security issues. Initiatives such as community gardens, food banks, and direct assistance programs help alleviate the impact of the pandemic on vulnerable groups. So the last one is climate-related challenge. The Philippines is susceptible to climate-related events such as typhoons and droughts. These events can exacerbate food security challenges, and their occurrence during the pandemic added to complexity of situation. That's all. Thank you.
So, is food security possible? So, achieving food security is both a global imperative and a complex challenge. As our population burgeons and environmental factors evolve, the questions arises: is food security possible? In this exploration, we'll navigate the intricacies of this query, dissecting the key components, challenges, and potential solutions that shape the landscapes of our collective sustenance. From sustainable agriculture to international cooperation, we embark on a journey to unravel the possibilities and obstacles on the path to ensure that no one goes hungry. So, introduction. The food security is a fundamental concept encompassing access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food for all. As we delve into this presentation, keep in mind that it's not just about filling stomachs but ensuring holistic well-being. In global food challenges, our planet faces daunting challenges in feeding our growing populations amidst climate change and resource limitations. These challenges are exacerbated by unequal distribution, leaving millions without adequate nutrition. So next, key components of food security. Let's break down food security into three crucial components. So, availability. It's ensuring enough food is produced and distributed globally. Access. Guaranteeing everyone has the economic and physical means to obtain food. Utilization. Focusing on proper nutrition and utilizations of available food resources.
Sustainable agriculture. So, emphasize the importance of environmentally friendly and efficient farming practices. So, integration of technology for increased productivity. So, sustainable agriculture is an approach to farming that aims to meet the current needs for food, fiber, and other agricultural product while ensuring the long-term health of the environment. So it involves practices that promote soil health, conserve water, minimize pollution, and prioritize biodiversity. So key principles include the crop rotation, integrated pest management, and the use of organic and natural inputs. So the goal is to create a balance between economic viability, environmental stewardship, and social responsibility in the agricultural system. Addressing climate change. So strategies to mitigate the impact of climate change on agriculture. So adaptation of resilience crop priorities and sustainable water management. Addressing climate change means reducing greenhouse gas emissions or mitigation and adapting to its impact. This involved to transitioning to renewable, improving energy efficiency, and implementing resilience measure in various sector. So it requires a collective effort to protect the environment and build resilience. Access to markets. So ensuring that farmers have access to market and fair prices for their products encourage increases agricultural production and income. So contributing to overall food security. So access to markets is refers to the ability of producer or businesses to enter and participate in commercial activities to sell their goods or services. So it involved creating opportunity for producer to reach customer and other businesses, facilitating trade and economic transactions, influencing access to market includes transportation, infrastructure, trade policy, and market regulation and technology advancement. So, in improving access to market is crucial for fostering economic growth and supporting entrepreneurship and more efficient exchange of goods and services. Government policy and investment. Supportive policy. So, subsides and investment in agriculture by government play a vital role in promoting food security. This includes research and development, extension services, and social safety needs for vulnerable populations. So, government policy and investment is a set of rules for public life. Investment allocate funds to achieve goals like economic growth and social well-being. So, they work together to shape development and address key needs in areas such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure.